The day has finally come. It has finally come. I think this is one of my bigger achievements I've ever done. I don't care if this doesn't do good on views. This is one of the hardest things I've ever completed in Epic 7. Hey, what's going on, Knights? Name is This is the Gamer. Go back to another epic video. So today, me just talking is going to be a short video.
So that was a f***ing lie.
Like, I'm just going to talk about what happened, the gear on the units, and the rest is going to be me kind of completing it. Because I didn't even know this, but you can actually replay the floors. So if you go here, it would actually, before it wouldn't let you. So before I even mention this, if you do want to see me repeat a floor that maybe is hard, just let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll go ahead and try to whip up a video and see if I can kind of explain what I was doing. In this one, I'll be completely honest. I don't know how I beat it. Bruh. I don't know why I beat it. It just so happened that I beat it this time, and let me tell you, I struggled. Just to give kind of context, reason why this is one of the biggest achievements for me is because I've been struggling on this stage for an extremely long time. I don't know if it was just me. I know other people were like, oh, use Kairos, blah blah, and I tried and it wouldn't work. I wouldn't know why, and then I was like, earlier this week, or when I got Ryled, people were like, oh, now you can do 483 because if the boss misses, it won't stun. So if you don't know the mechanics of the boss, the mini boss is easy. That's easy to take care of. That's not the problem. The problem is the final boss, because there's two ways. The final boss has 4 creatures, 1 crystal, 2 monsters that are really extremely tanky, and then the boss itself. Here's the thing, right? The order you have to do it by is kill the crystal first, the 2 minions, and then the boss. And the thing about this is that you have to do it in that order, and you have to kill them fairly quickly. Because if you go on for an extremely long time, it doesn't matter how many times, how tanky your freaking heroes are, it will eventually one-shot you because it's stacking every time it goes. So slow is really good here, control is really good here. What heroes can you think of? You think of Dizzy, right? I tried Dizzy and it wouldn't work, and I'm like, bro, what the heck, you know? So like I said, you kill the little, and here's the disadvantage about having Dizzy, is that she has all AoEs, and this crystal will give itself combat readiness every time for everybody you hit as an AoE other than itself. So if you do an AoE or hit somebody else besides the crystal, it will get combat readiness, and it will either I don't know if it cleanses, but I know it gives everybody immunity. And then at some point, I think a defense breaks or something like that, and it's just all around annoying. So killing it is really easy. The video that I took, actually, I got really lucky with the stuns, but that's a different story. Use Arky. Arky does really good damage. Easy souls, because these guys do 6 or 60 souls, which is that's a lot. That's a lot. So Arky, you're able to do a lot of damage. Have a okay buff, Arky's buff, which is I think crit chance and more attack, something like that. Have him like before you get to the second wave. I know I'm being extremely confusing because I'm not doing it, but for the first wave you have to make sure you're filled up, like all your souls are filled up. Now that does not mean you don't bring any damage. You need to bring some damage as well, which is why I brought a certain person, and I'm going to bring him up in a little bit. So you kill the crystal, you kill the 2 minions, you have to kill them fairly quickly because the boss will eventually revive them, and they almost immediately get a turn, and they have continuous healing, which will give them a lot of heals because, or like I said earlier, they are really tanky. So once they get that heal up, they get like a freaking 10,000-15,000 heal or something like that, which is really stupid. So yeah, and then you eventually just go for the boss, and that's the order. Now let's go ahead and go over the units. You already see them here, right? But I'm going to go ahead and show their gear. So let me go ahead and go over Miss Kairos. Okay, Miss Kyrus has horrible gear. As you can see, I didn't even max this. I didn't even realize. Oops. This is the worst gear you can have her on. And she still helped me complete it twice. Because I'm going to show two clips. One of me beating him for the first time. And the second time kind of replaying it. These are stats which she's needed. Especially skill enhance. Luckily for 3 stars. Like, this girl's the MVP. She's the MVP. And I'm going to tell you why, right? You don't even need that many skills. I only scaled it up to here. And I only scaled it up to here because the effect chance, for both effect chance, I wanted her to land the poison as much as she can. And also have at least decent amount of effectiveness. 91% is what I have. In reality, I got lucky because she did land a lot of the poisons. But it should have been resisted a lot because 91 is not that much. So that's all you really need. You need her to be high speed so she can get her turns and effectiveness. That's it. That I like you can add HP, which is good. What? Oops. I think I was looking for effectiveness and health. Yeah, or something like that. But yeah, so you want to look for effectiveness and speed. Have her fairly tanky so she doesn't get one shot by anything. Usually, for the most part, as long as you have everybody controlled, they will not attack her. They didn't attack her at all for me. Maybe it did once, and it didn't kill her. So she's still really good. And then she gives her, if you get she gives flat HP, which isn't crazy, right? But still, I put this artifact on her because then she's able to do her first skill again to do more poison, which didn't really work because I didn't see, like, every time I procced, I didn't see her land this. But yeah, these are stats. They're horrible. And showing that they're horrible shows that you can do it as well. Next, Mr. Spez. I use this dude for my damage. I was using Rylait and it did work for a while, but I was like, it stopped work. It didn't work like very well. And I was like, I don't understand why, you know, and I just stuck him in there. I'm like, whatever, let me just see if it works, right? And the thing is that he's really good. I know not everybody has Spez. If you want to use a different attacker, go ahead and use a different attacker. One thing I want to note that I kind of cheesed on it and I didn't realize is his extinction. So if you want to use anybody like Cigarette or Lilibet or Singelica, any of those three, reason why is because when you use this, and when I use this, I didn't even realize he wasn't, when he did his skill, his like stun skill, he didn't revive anybody. And I was like, oh crap. I think, at least, correct me if I'm wrong, it didn't revive them. So I was like, did I just cheese it without knowing on accident, you know? And not only was it really good, this is just a cherry on top. I was actually using him because he has stuns and I needed the stuns to happen. So I was using this. And then I realized later on, I was like, why did he do this skill and nobody came back? Because he does a skill where he stuns, and when he stuns, he brings somebody else back to life. And it keeps going over and over and over if you don't kill them fast enough. So the fact that I used this to kill all three of them, nobody got revived, which is, I was like, that's so cool. I didn't realize that. But yeah, so this guy has top-notch gear. This is the best I could give him right now. You know, attack, crit damage. He has pretty decent HP, as you can see. I don't know why he's that tanky, but he is that tanky. Has 100% crit chance and almost 300 crit damage. A little bit of attack. I wish it was a little bit more, but he's doing his job, you know. And the fact that, reason why I said that the two minions are really tanky is because I tried this beforehand, and I think they survived even when they were stunned, which is insane. And this guy does like 60,000 damage, and even with that ignored defense 60,000 damage, they still managed to survive like a little bit, which is insane to me. So he's a really good one. Cigarette, Lilibet, they're really good in this stage, especially because of that extinction. Dizzy, we just had a banner for. I really do hope all of y'all have her. I hope you didn't skip out on her because she's really good. You don't even need to skill her up that much. This is all I have on her, and she's doing extremely well. I have her on low speed. I know, horrible gear. I have her on low speed specifically because of the team comp I use them in arena. If I get her any faster, she's gonna outspeed. She's gonna outspeed my Bazaar and my DJ Bazaar. So I was like, you know what? I'll just keep it at this. I just need her to be tanky so she's able to survive. Effectiveness, of course, and low speed on that because I was like, if I add any more speed, she's gonna outspeed. So even having these horrible stats, the only thing is effectiveness. Look at that, 104. Wish it was more. I'm going to probably upgrade this or get something better there. Her third skill gives her an extra turn, which lands 3 critical debuffs, and then on top of that, reducing the combat readiness by 50%, which is really good. Having that stun as well, Abyssal Crown, beautiful. Now you don't have to have Abyssal Crown. If you don't have Abyssal Crown, Etika Scepter does extremely well as well. I used to use this, but since I use her in Arena, now I have her in Abyssal Crown. I don't want to keep changing back and forth, so I just kept it like this. She has okay HP, okay speed, and that's what you need: HP, speed, and effectiveness for this girl. Now you don't need this girl. You can use a Momo. I feel like she's a really good free-to-play unit you can use. Anybody that's a healer that heals and you can cleanse, like let's say you use Maid Chloe, right? You're like, oh man, I have Maid Chloe, but not Diane. Diane has a barrier that cleanses, right? If you put Wondrous Potion Vow on her, I feel like she would be pretty good. Even though the stun is permanent until you kill somebody from the enemy side, she's still really good. This is why I like using her. I wish I had a better necklace, but I recently took that off. You can also use Angelica, I think. I almost forgot about her. You can use Angelica as well, even though she doesn't have a cleanse per se, but she does have a shield. She does have an immunity. She does have really good heal. So if you don't have DN, you can use Angelica. And I actually changed her necklace to Angelica because I'm using her in Wyvern now. So this is her upgrades. I know if you have her, you should have already upgraded her. I feel like she's really, really good, not just in here. But yeah, she has Rod. She heals enough for me to survive. She has a shield and she has the anti-crit, which helps a lot if the boss has miss-hit and you have the anti-crit buff up. The boss has a chance to miss and won't land the stun, which is really, really, really good. Now this stage is really RNG. I was surprised that I was actually to beat it again because it's so RNG. If it stuns the unit you really need, it sucks. But if, like, let's say, let's give a scenario, right? It stuns Kyrus, right? You're like, oh man, I need Kyrus, but whatever. If you have enough damage output, you don't need Kyrus until the boss. The boss is where Kyrus needs to land all those poisons, because the poison brings the boss down like that. You see 42,000 damage, like going crazy, and sometimes he like increases combat readiness too. So it's like, he killed himself. That was it, So I hope this made sense. I talked a lot. I shouldn't have. Why did I talk this much? I guess I had it opposite. I'm going to talk a lot and have the gameplay go fast. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know, like I said, if you are stuck in any stage. I would love to. Don't say like 100. I'm not there yet. Just barely beat 83. I'm going to keep attempting the other stages, and hopefully it's not that hard, because I was stuck on it and I looked on a whole bunch of videos and none of them helped, and I was like, bro, I don't get it. I seriously don't. So but yeah, so like I said, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Every like, comment, subscription is appreciated, and I'll see you on the next video or stream. Next is the clips of how the first time I beat it, and the second time the actual full clip. So enjoy. All right, peace.
to lies. Gotta get up, stop wasting time.